Good morning, Don. How you feeling? How you feeling, sir? Phil, good morning, good morning, good morning. Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you. Manuel, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How is everyone feeling today? Give me a thumbs up, give me some yes in the chat box, give me some descriptions of how you're feeling today. Great to see you, Phil. McDonald, good morning, sir. Okay. As you guys know, I like to always give a minute or so for those who might be running just slightly behind, ever so slightly, but I never give all of my time to those who run late. I run for those who run on time because I appreciate your time. I'm thankful for your time. Has everyone had a marvelous weekend? And are we all looking forward to the holiday season? Christmas is upon us. Before we know it, 2019 is going to be here. It's literally around the corner. And guys, honestly, how quickly has this year gone by? Blinking, it's gone by in a flash, right? I know, it's incredible. I certainly believe that as we get older, time speeds up. it didn't go this quickly when I was young. Oh, wow. I'm literally going to give another 30 seconds or so, and then I'm going to dive in. I've got some stuff that I want to talk about today, guys. As you guys know, sometimes I just get these thoughts and they just resonate with me, and I just want to share. Here we go. We're going to go deep diving now. So, guys, what was kind of running through my mind this morning is how often do we chase feelings? And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. How often do we look for a feeling outside of us? Would that be through material things? You know, some people, they work really hard and they're motivated by nice things. They want to buy a beautiful watch that costs thousands of pounds. Someone else might have a regular timepiece. It might be an old school digital watch that costs 20 bucks. But they feel just the same about that watch as that person does feel about their tens of £1,000 or dollar watch. But that person who bought that expensive watch, they're chasing a feeling. They're looking for the feeling that that material possession is going to give them. How often do people chase feelings by being with or surrounded by other people? Some people make you feel a certain way, right? Just being in their presence, being in their company makes you feel great. But let's think about this deeply. Is it their presence, or is it the vibration, is it the connection you've got with that person that makes you feel great? So in theory, it's not actually that person that makes you feel great, but we chase a feeling of being around that person. Situations arise. Situations can make people feel a certain way, whether it be a work environment, whether it be, I don't know, going to the gym, but people chase feelings. They create environments because of the feeling that they're chasing. But ultimately, when we really think about it, everything we need is already within us. Chasing that feeling gives away your power, because you're then led to believe that that material possession, that person, that environment, you're led to believe that those external factors give you that feeling. When it's not that way at all. You've already got that feeling. That feeling is deep down within you. So why is it that we chase these feelings? I'm going to give you my opinion. And the reason why, in a lot of instances, we, and I collectively say we, chase these feelings is because on occasion, you're operating from a position of lack. You believe that you're not enough or you don't have it within you. So you need something else to give you that feeling. Does that make sense, guys? When in actual fact, it's never going to be anything else that gives you that feeling. You already have everything you need. But it's a case of understanding how to attain it. So let's once again, you know I like to do this. I like to have the frame and I like to move it so you have a different perspective. How about instead of chasing the feeling, we chase our own development? And we think about, what can I do to become the best version of me? And in actual fact, let's break that down a little bit. Who am I aiming at becoming? Because we all understand, and give me some yeses in the chat box, or give me your opinions in the chat box. We all understand that in order to become the best version of you, in order to attain the goal that you're looking to attain, you have to become someone different. Because you have to develop different characteristics and you have to sharpen a skill set. So ultimately, you're going to morph into someone else to become the best version of you or to attain that goal. Does that make sense, guys? Give me some yeses. Give me some thumbs up if that all makes sense. Because this is what I'm saying. In order to become the best version of you, you have to develop. So rather than chasing the feelings, chase development. Let's think about, who am I trying to become? How am I going to become that best version of me? Let's start asking these intelligent questions. What is required? But I suppose the most important question is, why do I want to become that person? We are all selfish beings at our core. So let's understand that and let's embrace that. So in me becoming that person, what is in it for me? Because when you understand what's in it for you, and also why you want to become that person, it then becomes a lot easier. Guys, there's a reason why I'm talking to you like this, because when you understand that when you talk to the why part of your brain, that's the part of your brain that controls your actions. That's the part of the brain that makes you take action. So when you understand why you do anything you do, all of a sudden, you've got more of a push to do it. This is all about understanding human communication, but also human psychology, the way we operate as human beings. And guys, honestly, do you think you're going to be more effective if you understand how you operate at a fundamental basis? And if you understand how you operate and how to impact, or should I say, influence that behavior, do you think that then makes you more effective? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Give me some yeses in the chat box if you agree. Thank you, thank you. So this for me was why these thoughts were kind of going around in my head this morning. So why do we chase feelings? Instead, we should stop chasing feelings and we should chase development. Because you know that if you consistently learn as you get older, you keep your mind young. Slightly off topic, but Alzheimer's, dementia, those sorts of diseases start to come about when you stop functionally operating your brain. So in order to stave away some of these illnesses, does it then make sense that we operate our brains effectively? Because in essence, that keeps you healthy. But not only does it keep you healthy, it allows you to achieve that development that you're pertaining, that you want, right? Because you're all here because you are seeking a solution to becoming better. Would you agree? Give me a thumbs up if you'd agree. And if that's ultimately what you're here for, if that's ultimately what you're searching, does it not then make sense to understand intrinsically how you're going to make this development happen? Of course it does. So instead of chasing the feelings that you're looking to attain by purchasing, by investing in material things, by investing in people, by investing in situations, invest in yourself, and invest in your knowledge, and invest in understanding how you can become the best version of you. Because what do people always say? It's simple when you know how, right? So if you know how, make it simple. What do they also say? If you know better, do better. These are some real cliche sayings, but they make so much sense when you break them down. Let's make it a point of chasing that best version of us. Why do we not think about, as I said before, okay, what's the goal I'm trying to attain? Who do I need to become in order to get that goal? Think really clearly about who you believe you need to become to attain that goal. And then, as I've said before, reverse engineer. Work backwards from that person right back to who you are now. And think of the required changes that you need to make to become that person. Think about the development in yourself, in your skills, in your attributes that are required to become that person. And once you understand that, do you believe that then makes it a lot easier to get there? I would say so. But what I would also say is you then have to understand, how do I unlock? McDonald, absolutely, sir. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I salute you for that. Yes, chasing self-development does give you that fuel, right? When you understand who you want to be and you've made it a mission that you're going to be that person, that you're going to attain the goal that you've set for yourself, when you have a definite purpose, when you have a very clear intention, when you become single-minded about your goal, and you have made that decision that I will attain that by any means necessary. Of course, legally. But you've set your mind, you're almost like a heat-seeking missile, and you've locked on the target. Now it's just a case of, how do I unlock that potential within me in order to be able to achieve it? And I use that word potential because, guys, you know what? Give me a thumbs up if you all believe that we are limitless potential. Give me some yeses in the chat box if you believe that we have limitless and boundless potential. Because I absolutely, fundamentally believe that we have limitless potential. But the question I have all the time is, do you want to just remain as potential? Manuel, I'm getting to that, my friend. I'm getting to that. Yes, we do need the key. Good morning, Yvonne. Yes, we do need the key to unleash it. We need to understand what we do to lock in. And in my personal opinion, the way to unleash your potential is by understanding who you are. Now, let me dig into that a little bit deeper. When you do that self-evaluation and you start to know what makes you tick, and if we're to be fair, every last one of us knows what makes us tick as individuals. Some people might claim that they don't know, but when someone says, when you're having a discussion with someone and someone says, oh yeah, but I don't know, I would urge you to question them further, because they do know. When someone says, I don't know, that is a cop-out. And that sounds harsh, but we always have the answer within us if we are asked the right questions, or if we ask ourselves the right questions. So, Manuel, going back to your statement, in order to unleash your potential, if you don't know how to do something, you must educate yourself in order to know how to do something. If you're clear about your goal, if you're clear about what you want to achieve, and you don't have the necessary skill set, or you don't have the required knowledge, is it not your duty to then attain that knowledge so you can unleash your true potential? Or do we just want to remain as potential? This is a conversation I had with one of my mentors, I'd say 2 or 3 months ago. And I actually made a statement. I said, throughout the years, so many people have said, you know what? Kevin has got so much potential, but I'm tired of being just potential. I've made a commitment to myself that I will no longer be just potential. Hence why I invest in coaches, hence why I invest in mentors, hence why I invest in my personal development. Because an investment in yourself can never be taken away. Understand that, guys. When you invest in additional knowledge, when you invest in someone to help guide you to the next point in your journey, when you invest in understanding how you're going to get to that next point in your journey, that investment can never be taken away. And Manuel, that is also another route, another method to unleash your potential, by investing in someone who's already been to where you were trying to get to. And if we're to be honest, it's never that difficult to find someone who's already been to where you're attempting to go to. When you find that person, all you need to do is understand how to take clear instruction. You need to model their behavior. You need to take on board their recommendations. Because let's think about this once again. If they've already been to exactly where you'd like to go, have they got the key to unlock, to be able to unleash your potential? Of course they have. It's no longer a challenge. All it is at that point is about being coachable. All it is at that point is being able to take clear instruction and follow clear instruction. Because that second part is sometimes the area that lets many of us down, not being able to follow clear instruction. Sometimes what actually happens is people, they employ a mentor, they take on board a mentor, but yet they still think they know better. How is that even possible? You invested in a mentor, but you're going to challenge the advice they're giving you? Now, I understand not being a yes person. I understand being someone who questions and who is curious and who has an inquisitive mind. But let's really think about it. If that person has already been to exactly where you want to go, give me a thumbs up if it makes sense to follow their instruction. Give me a simple yes in the chat box if it makes sense to follow their instruction. That person understands very clearly how to get you from point A to point B, or to point C, or to point D, or to wherever it is you're choosing to go. They understand how to help you release that potential. And let's face it, if you are trying, if you are attempting, if you have made it your commitment to become the best version of you, do you now have an obligation? Absolutely, Manuel. Absolutely. And Steve Jobs is an inspiration. Why on earth does it make sense to hire smart people? Or how on earth can it make sense to hire smart people and tell them what to do? That makes no sense whatsoever. And I've always said, if you are the smartest person on your team is in trouble. And it's not to say you're not intelligent, but you need smarter people around you. You need people who are experts in their field, because clearly you don't know everything. One man is not an island. But Donald, I know you've heard that say many, many a time, right? One man is not an island. We can only achieve our excellence, our exceptional abilities, when we employ a team. And I don't physically mean you pay money to employ a team. I mean, when you become part of a team, when you employ the strategy that I will work with a team, when you decide, when you're committed that being part of a team is what I need, because you understand that you cannot do everything by yourself. Do you have a duty? Do you have an obligation to become the best version of you? Ask yourself that question every single day. Because if you truly believe you have an obligation to become the best version of you, does it then not make sense to do everything within your power to allow yourself to release that best version? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Give me some yeses if once again that makes sense. If what I'm saying is resonating, guys, if what I'm saying is striking a chord, please interact and give me some yeses. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Because you know what? As I always say, I only deliver the content that comes into my mind if I believe it's going to be valuable for you. And a lot of the time, if I'm to be fair, I don't know where this is coming from. If I'm just a vessel here to deliver information that's going to empower other people, maybe that's my purpose. Maybe that's the gift that I have. And maybe I'm lucky enough, maybe I'm fortunate enough to have stumbled upon it. I was speaking to a very close friend of mine yesterday who's very, very successful. And we were talking about gratitude. And he said, I kind of hate when you get all of these gurus and all of these people who are talking about the law of attraction and they tell you, do you know what? Gratitude is the most beautiful thing. Yes, it is. But if you haven't suffered, if sometimes you haven't lost the things that you took for granted, it then becomes quite difficult to be grateful for them. Give me some thumbs up if that makes sense. Give me some yeses if that makes sense. If you haven't suffered sometimes, if you haven't gone through adversity, sometimes it's very difficult to be grateful for the small things. Guys, I'll be honest with you, not so much recently, but when I was first injured, do you know, I could be driving with someone in a car and zone out and become quite fixated on just watching people walk. And that to me was the most amazing thing, because I still struggle to think at one time that was so easy for me to do. And in my mind, it's still so easy to do. But the translation from my mind to my body, it's not quite there. So when I attempt to perform the action, there's a distortion and it's no longer that easy to do. But do you fully understand and can you fully comprehend how grateful that I am that I can get up on my feet and I can put one foot in front of the other? It might not be the prettiest. It might not be how everyone else does it. But the fact that I can do it, the fact that I have got feeling in my lower limbs again, do you know how grateful for that I am? I can now truly say I can absorb gratitude because I've gone through the adversity of losing something that I so took for granted. Guys, do you now understand why my catchphrase is all can and will be achieved one step at a time? Yes, it's a play on words, but yes, it's because literally, in order to achieve your excellence, in order to achieve what you want, it is all about one step at a time. And for me, it literally is about one step at a time, putting one foot in front of the other in order to get to where I need to go. Guys, I'm passionate about delivering value for you. I am passionate about each and every one of us achieving our goals. Because you know what, guys? We are limitless. We are boundless potential. And the quicker you really realize and believe that, is the quicker you're going to get to where you need to go. Guys, I have a call straight after, so I do have to end slightly early, but I take a deep breath because this is as much for me as it is for you guys. Guys, if I've given you some value today, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a yes in the chat box. Please let me know that I am doing what is required. I'm doing what's necessary, because for me, this is food. This is food for my soul. This is food that makes me feel good now. I endeavor to make you feel as good as I do. Guys, on that note, I want you to understand that all can and will be achieved one step at a time. I am committed to you. How committed are you to yourselves? Because if you're as committed as I am, remember, I'm going to be here on this same bad channel tomorrow. Guys, have an incredible day. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.